The greatest and the most splendid moon of the year is coming and you shouldn't miss this opportunity. Sky gazers will be blessed to receive an interesting galactic occasion when a very blue moon ascends with Saturn. On August 30th to 31st. A very blue moon is a divine occasion that consolidates two fascinating lunar peculiarities: the supermoon and the blue moon. However, what makes the very blue moon of 2023 so extraordinary is that occurring is going on the day around which Saturn will be at its nearest distance to Earth and show up a couple of degrees from the moon overhead. On the whole, to comprehend what a very blue moon is, unloading these two is fundamental terms separately and afterward unite them. The expression supermoon portrays a full moon that seems bigger and more brilliant overhead than a run-of-the-mill full moon. However, for what reason does this estimate and brilliance variety occur? All things considered, the moon circles the Earth in a circular or somewhat oval direction. This intends that there are focuses during its circle when it's nearer to the Earth, its perigee. What's more, focuses when it's farther away, its apogee. A supermoon happens when a full moon concurs intimately with the perigee, causing it to show up around 14% bigger and 30% more splendid than when it's at its farthest point or during a micromoon. Then, we have a blue moon. The expression very rarely signifies an uncommon occasion, and this idiom draws motivation from the rarity of blue moons. In spite of its name, a blue moon doesn't mean the moon becomes blue. All things considered, the expression blue moon has generally been utilized to portray surprising lunar occasions. The most well-known meaning of a blue moon is the subsequent full moon in a schedule month, with 2 full moons. Normally, every month has just a single full moon, yet given the moon's cycle is around 29.5 days. There's a little window briefly one to fit into a solitary schedule month. This happens around once every 2.7 years. There's likewise a less popular, more seasoned meaning of a blue moon: it's the 3rd full moon in a season that has 4 full moons. Generally, each season, between a solstice and equinox, has 3 full moons, 1 for every month. Yet, every once in a while, a season will contain 4 full moons, and the third of those is named a blue moon. So joining the above peculiarities, a very blue moon happens when the subsequent full moon of a month or the third in a 4 full moon season matches with the moon's nearest approach to Earth, perigee. The outcome is a moon that is bigger and more brilliant than expected, as well as has the additional qualification of being a blue moon. This event is much more uncommon than either a supermoon or a blue moon all alone. To the unaided eye, a very blue moon will basically be striking for its size and splendor. Keep in mind, it will not really look blue. The genuine shade of the moon can be impacted by barometrical circumstances on the planet. For example, after volcanic emissions or huge out-of-control fires, the moon can once in a while take on a somewhat blue or even rosy shade because of particles in the air. In any case, this shading isn't straightforwardly connected with the expression blue moon. The very blue moon of 2023 will ascend on August 30th, and its full stage will happen at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Sunshine Time or 1:35 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time on August 31st. So the evening of August 30th to 31st is the point at which the moon will be at its nearest to Earth. As indicated by NASA, the moon will be around 357,000 kilometers or around 222,000 miles away, that is 27,000 kilometers or around 17,000 miles nearer to Earth than normal. It's a blue moon since it's the subsequent full moon of August 2023. At the point when you look at the moon the evening of August 30th, you will see a splendid spot of light near it. It's anything but a star, yet the ringed planet Saturn. August 30th additionally denotes the day of combination of the moon and Saturn in Aquarius. The two divine bodies will be only a couple of degrees separated as found overhead. What's significantly more wonderful is that Saturn will be around its resistance around the super blue moon. The expression resistance in stargazing is utilized to portray the place of a heavenly body at the point when it is straightforwardly inverse the sun overhead as seen from Earth. All in all, the Earth is found straightforwardly between that divine body and the sun. The term is many times utilized concerning external planets in our planetary group, particularly when examining their perceivability from our planet. With regards to Saturn, or any external planet, arriving at its resistance implies that it is at its nearest way to deal with Earth for that year, making it an optimal time for perception. At resistance, Saturn ascends in the east as the sun sets in the west, and it sets in the west as the sun ascends in the east. This implies that the planet is apparent overhead all evening long. Since Saturn is inverse the sun according to our viewpoint and moderately near Earth. As of now, it reflects daylight straightforwardly back, making it more splendid than at different times of the year. The rings of Saturn, whenever shifted well, can add to this brightness. For novice space experts and aficionados, the resistance of Saturn addresses the best time to see the planet through a telescope. In addition to the fact that Saturn is more splendid, its closeness implies that it seems bigger in the eyepiece, taking into consideration more clear subtleties of its rings and conceivably a portion of its moons. It gives an amazing and open door to clear, point-by-point perceptions, as well as lovely visual minutes for astrophotographers. You might download one of the space applications given in the portrayal to find the planets rapidly overhead as per your place. Try not to mistake Jupiter for Saturn as the two of them are well up overhead after 12 p.m. Jupiter rises a couple of hours after Saturn and without a trace of Venus, it is the most brilliant spot of light in the night sky. The evening of August 30th to 31st, it will be discernibly far off from the very blue moon. In this way, cheerful sky looking, and assuming that you need ordinary stargazing in space refreshes, try to buy into our channel.